Hey, what's up everybody? Are you looking to repair your bad credit or you have no credit at all? Today I'm gonna be talking about the best credit cards for bad or no credit. Credit cards can be a great thing. They can help you build credit so you have more access to money in case if you need it. And you can also earn cash back on your everyday spending. Before we start, if you have bad credit or still have credit card debt, I recommend paying off your debt first before considering opening up another credit card. I don't want you to dig a deeper hole in debt that you already have. So this video is specifically for people who have paid off their credit card debt and looking to repair their credit or have no credit at all. After hours of research, I was able to find the best credit cards for people in that situation. I'm not going to say I'm an expert at credit cards or credit building, but I know quite a bit from the years of using them and my credit score is not too bad. People with credit scores ranging from 300 to 650 are considered to have bad or subprime credit. People with credit scores around this range may have difficulty obtaining traditional credit cards. The best credit cards for most people with bad credit is going to be secured credit cards. Secured credit cards charge the lowest fees and have the best approval odds. Secured credit cards are cards that require a secure deposit, which in turn will act as a line of credit. Majority of the credit cards I will be discussing will have no annual fees and some of them will even give you cash back on purchases. Plus, you have access to your credit report every month. Using the right credit card responsibly is the best way to rebuild damaged credit. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button and to subscribe. As a disclaimer, I'm not getting paid to talk about these credit cards, but that would be pretty nice though. So let's get into it. So our first credit card is the Discover It Secured Credit Card. So this credit card has no annual fee and you can also earn cash back. So this is an actual credit card that you can use to build credit history with the 3 major credit bureaus. Because most of the time, debit and prepaid cards can help you build credit history. You get your line of credit by providing a refundable security deposit anywhere from $200 to $2,500 after being approved. And if you don't get approved, you get that money back. So starting about 8 months after use of this credit card, your account will be automatically reviewed to see if you can get a traditional unsecured line of credit. And if you do, they will return that initial deposit that you put in. The unsecured line of credit is the most common form of credit cards, since they just look at your credit history and offer you a line of credit that you can use. Some of the perks with this card includes 2% cash back at gas station and at restaurants, up to $2,000 every quarter, plus an unlimited 1% cash back on all other purchases. And on your first year, they'll match all that cash back that you earned. Next up, we got the Capital One Secure Mastercard. On this card is the same as the last one. There's no annual fee. So depending on your credit worthiness, you have to make a security deposit anywhere between $50 to $200 to get a $200 line of credit. After your first 5 monthly payments that are paid on time, you can get a higher line of credit with no deposit needed. Unlike the Discover card, this card does not offer any cash rewards. Alright, next up, we got the OpenSky Secured Visa Credit Card. The biggest difference between this credit card and the others is that there's no credit check when you apply. Some requirements that they do need is for you to be above 18 years old and have enough income to afford at least a $200 security deposit. Unlike the other credit cards, this credit card does have a $35 annual fee. Unfortunately, this card does not offer any cash rewards, but it does offer you to hit that like button. Before we continue to the next card, if you guys stay to the end of the video, I'll share with you guys on how to fix and improve your credit score. Next up, we got the Green Dot Visa Secure Credit Card. How this card is different is that no bank account is required to apply for this card. Like other credit cards mentioned, you need to have a bank account identified to get approved. So with this type of credit card, you can either mail in a check, send in a money order, or pay cash at participating retailers when you're trying to place that security deposit or making monthly payments. However, this card does require a deposit of at least $200 and the spending limits are equal to the amount that you put in. So if you put in $200, you can only use $200. Unfortunately, this card does have an annual fee of $39. And sadly, this card does not offer any cash rewards. Next up, we got the Citi Secure Mastercard. This card has no annual fee, and this credit card requires at least a $200 minimum deposit just to get your credit line started. Unfortunately, this card does require a thorough credit check. Even though secure cards offer the closest thing to guaranteed approval, but it's still possible to get turned down. If your credit report shows any records of bankruptcy for the past 2 years, you will most likely get disqualified. Alright, for those who have had bankruptcy, this credit card might be the one for you. So now we got the Indigo Platinum Mastercard. So with this credit card, they won't disqualify you for previous bankruptcies. And you can even check if you're pre-qualified before you apply. Well, depending on your credit history, you may have to pay an annual fee as high as $79 per year. And sadly, this card does not offer any type of cash rewards. Next up, we got the Credit One Bank Platinum Visa Credit Card. This is the only type of credit card that doesn't require a security deposit. I highly recommend not to charge anything to this credit card unless you can pay it outright. You can also get pre-qualified for this card without harming your credit report. Depending on how your credit looks, you may have to pay an annual fee up to $75. This annual fee may affect on how much available credit you may have. So for example, if you have a fee of $75 and your credit line is $500, your actual credit available is $425. With this credit card, you can earn a 1% cash back on everyday purchases. Now here are some tips I recommend before even looking at opening a new credit card. First thing to do is to look at your credit report. Your bank or money tracking app like Mint can provide you a credit score, but they won't necessarily give you a full credit report. You can go to annualcreditreport.com to get your free credit report by the 3 big credit bureaus. And this is the only website that's authorized by the government to give you a free credit report. By knowing what's going on, you can address a problem if there is any. Sometimes you may have inaccurate information on your credit report, like unauthorized spending. This can be one of the reasons why your credit score is low. If you have incorrect information, getting it fixed can result in a higher score in a little bit over a month. When applying for a credit card, don't look desperate. No matter your credit score can take a dip for a short period of time. Because if you have too many hard inquiries for a short period of time, credit card companies will see you as higher risks. Just make sure you take advantage of that pre-qualification option first and only apply to credit cards that you're confident that you'll be able to get approved for. So for example, if you had bankruptcy in the past, don't apply for credit cards that don't like bankruptcy. There are 5 factors that you want to understand what goes into a credit score. FICO credit scores are broken down by 35% payment history, 30% utilization, which is the amounts owed, 15% credit history, 10% new credit, and 10% credit mix. Based on this breakdown, payment history and the amounts owed are the 2 most important things that you can do to improve your credit. So try to make payments on time and in full each month. I don't recommend opening up any credit cards unless you pay down all credit card debt. By paying down debt, your credit utilization will go down, which is a factor when determining your credit score. Just by paying down debt, your credit score will go up and you have better chances of qualifying for better traditional credit cards. You also want to keep all your accounts open even if you don't have a balance. This will help you with your length of your credit. And if you have any unused cards with annual fees, you can always request to have a downgrade to account with no annual fee. As your score improves, you can apply for more traditional unsecured credit cards. This will help you establish new credit as well as add to your credit card mix. Alright guys, so there you have it. Today I went over 7 of the best credit cards that people can have for bad credit or no credit at all. Let me know in the comments below if you had any experience using any of these credit cards before. Make sure you guys hit that like button and to subscribe. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.